Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode number 16, The Last Supper. It was a good title.
Yes,
Yeah.
very fitting.
Yes, it was. And timely.
Yes, very timely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
We pick up where we left off with Kyle at the table yelling at Dorit to stop riding my effing ass all the time. And then Dorit starts in on Bose and says, I don't know why you're telling Kyle these things about my finances. And, we see a little bit more of that conversation now at this supper that we did not see before.
Mm-hmm.
That paints it a lot differently than they wanted us to think before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's interesting is that Bose says again she believes that Kyle's concerned about Dorit, but I kind of feel like she's just saying that to cover her ass. Like, I only said it to her because I think she's genuinely concerned about you.
Oh, that's why you think she was saying that. I got
Yeah.
you.
I think Bose's hands are dirty here too. Dorit's
Right.
not seeing it.
No, but I
But-
think the situation is these women, not Bose, but these other women have been working together for a long time. Maybe Dorit, maybe Kyle and Mo, maybe they got PK out of the divorce. Maybe that's their, you know what I mean? So then maybe the whole dynamic between, Kyle and Dorit changed, and Dorit thought it was something else, and blah, blah, blah. And they're just people who are tired of working with each other. They're tired of it. And I think Dorit can be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Dorit is a lot. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But I was
And
glad
I think
that we
that
saw
their
more of that.
their finances have always been in question, PK Dorit. We never
Right.
really knew
100%.
what PK did to make money. So
Right.
that's nothing new.
No.
Right. Right. And Bose is the one that brought up that, her name was on everything. And yet she's also the one who was telling people that she doesn't know how much money she has. But yet she's out spending all this money buying
Right.
expensive bags. Like,
When she says she
you know,
doesn't know
come
what money
on.
she has. Right.
Right. I mean, they're legitimate concerns, right?
Well, and two, it's a legitimate thing. She has said it herself that PK has just all of a sudden stopped paying for things. So maybe that money that you're spending, that, it would be nice to go blow a couple thousand on something, even if you do have it, but maybe you shouldn't, because maybe he can do that at any time again.
Which he did, because we find out that she now has to sell the house because they're
Right.
behind again.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. No, I
But I
was
think-
first of all, I was
Yeah, at
I
the
was
end of the
glad we
day, they're
saw
just
more
people.
conversation. Yeah.
They're just tired of working with each other, I think.
Yeah.
You got to remember their work, it's a work relationship.
Yeah, they are coworkers. That is fact.
coworkers. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Bose does apologize to Dorit and said, if I, said something, that was, if I broke your confidence, I'm sorry. And Dorit said, well, I really appreciate that. And then Kyle's like, yeah, of course you do. And I understand why Kyle's frustrated with the whole situation. I get it. I get it.
Yes. Because Bose was just as guilty in that moment for what she was doing, and she apologized. Now, I don't know if Kyle has actually apologized to Dorit for talking about her, but I feel like she has.
I feel like
Yes,
she has
I
a million
think-
times.
Million times.
Yeah.
So for her to be like, it's okay, honey, like to Bose, it's like, okay, now, I do think Kyle's coming in a little hard at Dorit, but that's unfair.
And I think in the end, even some of that dynamic is some of the dynamic that really influenced Erika's behavior later on. Is because she's looking at this, it's going on, and she's like, really?
Well, I think, as far as Erika's concerned, I really think that Erika really was genuinely friends with both of them. I do think the three of them were very good friends. And, I think that the straw that broke the camel's back with Erika was when Dorit said, Bose, you just came into this group and you have been more supportive of me than these women combined. Now
That
that,
was a very
I know that
unfair
was
statement.
I know that was the main
yeah,
stressor, definitely the main
Yeah.
stressor.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying in general, Dorit's kind of behavior, there's a reason why Erika freaked out so bad. Yes, because of that, but also because, you know, you're late, you're doing all these double standards with other people, and you're not really taking in any information that we're trying to give
right.
you.
I was completely
And then,
distracted by Kyle's lipstick in this scene.
my gosh, you and lipstick.
I didn't
I
notice the
can't
lipstick. I'm gonna have to look
her
now.
lipstick, I was so distracted by it the whole
It
scene.
was good
I'm
or
like,
bad?
it was so good. I have
Oh,
to
it was
figure out
good.
what it
Okay.
is.
All right. All right.
You didn't find it out yet?
No, but I looked and I couldn't find it. I can find her confessional looks, but that dinner lipstick I couldn't find.
All right.
But I
We're
Hmm.
have
gonna
some
have to
leads.
we'll have to message
Okay.
Kathy Hilton and ask her.
Good
Find
idea.
out.
Yes, I'm going to.
There you go.
You mean Kathy Hilton's assistant?
Yes, Kathy Hilton's
Kathy Hill,
assistant,
yeah.
absolutely. I don't care who it is, as long as
Whoever
Kelly gets the
answers
answer.
Kathy's DMs.
Yeah, whoever as long as Kelly gets her answer, I don't care who it is.
And, Rachel jumps in a little bit and says, she's overwhelmed. And Erika said, yeah, I agree she's overwhelmed. And, Kyle's like, listen, we have been giving you grace. She says, you've been late many times because Dory keeps saying, I'm not getting grace. And I don't think that that was the case. I do think that they were showing her grace because they never jumped on her. And even so much as when they brought up about her getting on the plane, she's like, oh, I didn't, because Sutton said, you didn't even say hi. She goes, I didn't apologize? No.
And, I know she didn't because I remember we spoke about it on the podcast. We
Yes.
all said it. She never
Yes.
once said, "I'm so sorry for being late."
Right.
Unless
Right.
they had edited it out, which
That's
apparently
exactly what
they
we
didn't.
said.
You know what
Right.
Right.
And that's
I'm
what we
always
said.
wondering? I'm always wondering too with Dorit, is she always so late because she's very busy smoking cigarettes?
Well,
Well,
that's
I
what
think that's
Crystal
a
Very
said.
busy
big issue.
smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Crystal said that was the unspoken thing when they were, because Crystal used to be on Beverly Hills, and she said we were always waiting for Dorit to take a cigarette break. We were always waiting for her on set, and it was a
Sorry.
big
I
problem.
mean, smoke, we go places. I'm not holding anybody up. Couple of puffs, you put it out and you move on.
Right, right,
Smoking a cigarette is not gonna make you 15, 20 minutes late for something.
right. I'm not saying it's the main reason she's late. I'm just saying
Right.
maybe some one of the many.
I'm not a big Crystal fan, though. I think because Crystal has a podcast with Cynthia Bailey, and all she does
Mhm.
is, like, she, like, you know, thinks she's an expert on it. I think she was on, like, 2 seasons.
Yeah,
She was boring AF, like,
yeah,
I don't know, but she talks about it nonstop.
yeah. So I think everybody has a right to be annoyed at Dorit, and I think maybe other people in the group would have said something, except there was no need because, you know, Kyle and Erica were both really, like, hard on it, so it wasn't a situation where everybody else is gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, you suck, you're late,"
Right,
because they were
right.
already doing a good enough job trying to bring it to her attention.
Yes. I think that Rachel saying, Kyle is exacerbating the situation by saying everyone agrees with her. I mean, I don't think Kyle should be making that general statement.
Mhm.
The Rachel's saying that Kyle's exacerbating it by generalizing and saying everybody agrees. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Lori brought up a good point last week when you said, like, listen, Kyle's talking about it to anybody who will listen. And most people are just nodding their heads like, uh-huh, like just to kind of go along with it, but not adding like how Erica's like, no, you're right. Like, this is bullshit, you know?
Mhm. And
I think that that's why Kyle's generalizing, like, everybody's saying it, but everybody's not saying it, everybody's just going along with what you're saying.
right,
It's
and like I
semantics,
said,
but
Erica and Kyle are doing a good enough job bringing up the goings on that nobody else, even if they agree, they don't need to be like, "Oh, yeah, that's true." Like, they're doing a good
and
enough
I
job
don't think
bringing it up.
there's anything wrong with them saying to Dorit, like, "You're making us late all the time."
Yeah, we're not having it. Absolutely.
The worst part was when Kyle made the erratic statement,
Yeah,
only
that was not
because
right.
those are things that can affect her custody.
Yeah,
Those are
absolutely.
things that could affect her divorce, and I honestly think that Kyle knows damn well that it could. But the other stuff, like you're smoking cigarettes too much and making us late, yeah, that's annoying, and I'm a smoker. That would annoy me if somebody
Mhm.
was making me late because of that.
Well, how about
Take a
when,
couple of puffs, put it out, move on.
they pointed out to Dory that she didn't apologize for
Yeah.
making them wait to get on the plane, and she went around and apologized to everyone except Amanda.
Yeah,
Now,
come
do you
I
on.
think
mean,
that was intentional? Because I honestly
Come
didn't.
on.
Really?
really?
You really thought it was intentional?
I can't believe you didn't and I did.
Really didn't think it was I really thought, because if you look, Sutton really
I
was
know she
blocking.
was blocking her, but you don't know who
But I
you're at
guess
dinner
you're at
with.
the table, you know who's there. Yeah. I didn't think it was. Maybe because I forgot about Amanda too. She was so damn quiet during the dinner.
She was. She
It was
said,
so
these
interesting
girls are whacked. Let me just be quiet, man."
I'm
watching
zipping
their
it up.
faces, watching everyone's face at that table. It was
Mhm.
just like, whoa.
And even Sutton was like, "I was leaning forward." And Kyle's like, "Stop, Sutton." I was like,
Yep.
"All right."
Then
And then
Erica brings
Kyle
up,
says to Sutton, "You had more to say about the Kelly bag than Bose did."
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
yeah, she
Mhm.
did say that. She did. And I'm sure there's I'm sure there's a lot of truth in that. You know, like I'm sure they were all talking about it. I don't think Kyle was the only one talking about it. I
No.
don't. I
No.
don't think she was. Then Erica said, "Well, I heard something today at lunch that you had said that you could take down Kyle. You could end Kyle." And
And Kyle.
yeah, she's like, "What lunch was this?" And then Sutton says it was her and Rachel. It was Sutton, Dory, and Rachel together at lunch, which we saw them when they were back in Beverly Hills. And the exact words that she said was, "I have protected Kyle for years at all costs, even when I felt most betrayed. If I took that lead, I would have blown up her whole life." Those were her exact words,
Which
which
were very strong.
they're very strong words. And Kyle said,
Very
"Well,
strong
that
wo
sounds like gossiping to me. Like, so you guys were sitting around gossiping about me." And she's absolutely right. She's absolutely
She
right.
is right. I would imagine this is all about the Morgan thing, like when she didn't want to talk about Morgan. Like, I would imagine that that's what it was about, which at this point, who cares? Nobody cares anymore.
Well, you know what
But
I
that's
had a thought about the whole Morgan thing. I think she got into a relationship with her. Morgan was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, like, you wanna show, like, what kind of relationship we have? I'll be on that show." And then I think when she got on the show, Kyle and the producers were like, "Well, we don't wanna come out. We just wanna go little sideways." And then I think Morgan was like, "You know what?" She saw all the social media stuff, and she said, "You know what? I'm out." And she told Kyle, "Look, we can continue our relationship, but I'm not gonna be on that show, and you're not gonna talk about your relationship with me at all." And
I
then
think
I
you're
think
right.
Kyle decided to handle it by saying that one time, "Oh, we're not together right now, but blah, 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 blah." That's what I think.
I think that you're right. I think that Morgan probably thought when she got on the show that they were just going to show their real life because it's a reality TV show. And I think that Kyle can be phony and
I
do
think she kinda,
things.
like, maybe backpedaled on it a little
Yep.
or didn't fully disclose, and maybe
Hmm.
she just really thought one thing and then it was the other thing. I don't know.
Right. I agree with you. And I think Morgan was like, okay, if we're doing this, we're going to do it. But if we're not doing it authentically, I'm out. Especially
Of the
because
show.
of the backlash she was getting on social media, which was absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
Nobody should be getting that kind of backlash on social media. Mo was out with God only knows who, people hopping on him at airports. Like,
Right.
Kyle had the right to do whatever she wanted with whomever she wanted. Yes, was it surprising that it was a woman? For sure, but it wasn't earth
cares.
shattering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
like who
cares?
Exactly. Who
cares?
cares?
Nobody
But
cares
I
anymore.
think that it wasn't it became inauthentic the way Kyle and the producers wanted to show it, and Morgan was probably like, "No way,
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm
I'm
out."
out. Yep.
And good for her.
Yeah, whatever.
So after Kyle hears the whole they were gossiping about her, that's when she said, "Listen, you know, if you're just going to continue to find the worst in me and look for the worst in me, then you know what? I have a lot of amazing friends. You know what? Maybe we just shouldn't be friends." I was very shocked to hear her say that. I was. And
Well,
Bose is
this is the
like, "Are you
thing.
sure?"
Right, but this is the thing is that Dury really might wanna take heed because I'm so sorry, Kyle does kinda run that show, and you need the
Obviously.
paycheck, girlfriend, and, or maybe it's all fake anyway, but
still feel like Kyle is calling Dorit out for what doing to her for what she's doing to Dorit. Like, she's like, "You're always finding the fault in me." Dorit's not even talking about Kyle. She's responding to when Kyle talks about Dorit. Like, when it gets back to her with what Kyle, like, because they went to the Hamptons and they had a great time. And then as soon as they get home, it comes back to Dorit from Bose that the conversation she had with Kyle. So then she responds to that. I don't think she's the aggressor in this beef. I feel like Kyle
I
is
think
more.
Dorit is definitely the aggressor. I mean, because the
Really?
Hamptons was how many episodes ago, and we're still talking about it. It's still coming up. It's like, how many times can we talk about it? Kyle said what
Well,
she said, and she
it's
said,
the
"You know
reason
what?
she doesn't trust her.
I listen. I feel like has said this many times, and I see it. She feels like she's walking on eggshells every time she's around Dorit. There's nothing that she can say that Dorit is not going to be upset with. There's nothing that she can say." Because she thinks that she is
Yeah.
Team PK, and everything she says in Dorit's mind is only to hurt her, and I don't think that that's the case. I don't.
I don't think that's the case either. I'm not saying Kyle's, like,
I'm not saying she's innocent,
crier
but I'm just
girl.
saying no,
Yeah.
but she doesn't have a chance with Dorit, not with the headspace Dorit is in. She doesn't have a chance with her.
There's definitely different standards that Dorit's setting with her friendships with Kyle and then with Bose and whoever.
Yeah, well, because that's when Erica also says, you're really guarded and, you're really protective right now. Don't you think like Kyle cares about you? And Erica says, like, I feel like you're being very defensive. And Dorit said, well, yeah, you know, I am being defensive. And that's when Bose jumps in, like, you come in, and she says that, you came to this group. And Kyle says, listen, you have a really bad memory, because I agree. Kyle has been there for Dorit well before Bose came into the group. Erica was there.
Yes.
And they were both, at that point, they were just like, are you kidding me? Like, okay, you could be mad at me for this one thing, but then you're going to make this bold statement about Bose and all the women combined in this group? Come on.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
aggressive.
mean, listen, it's equally as insulting to Rachel, who has been nothing but supportive of Dorit. I know they're new friends, but
Right.
she's been just as supportive as Bose, if not more, because she's not running to Kyle and talking about Dorit's finances. She's just sitting back saying, like, this chick's going through a
Right.
really hard time. And I know because I'm going through a hard time too.
She's
Like,
going through.
I'm
Right.
not saying those things about her. So she's actually being more supportive than even Bose has been.
Absolutely.
So it's equally as insulting to her. That was a wild thing for Dorit to say and untrue.
Yeah. And then Erica says that she's mad that we sat down at this table and we had to wait for you. And Dorit said, well, thank you for being honest. But then Erica kept pressing her. Well, where were you? Why were you late? Why weren't you here? Well, I had to
You
check
think
on
she
my
was trying
kids.
to get her to say, like, I was smoking a cigarette?
No, no.
I kept
I
waiting
think she
for it.
No, I think she was trying to get her to be accountable, because okay, so you were checking on your kids. So how long does that take?
Right.
You could have
10
texted
minutes.
us. We would have known she's checking on her kids. She'll be down.
Right.
She was just
Right. I'm
trying to
talking to
get
the
her to be
kids. I'll be down when I can. That's all she
right,
had to
but
say.
she's not. She's just making excuses for everything. And that's where Eric was like, it's not fair. And then she's like, well, you don't give me grace. And Erica's like, she said, I guess I left you guys today. When she left them, when they were having their little talk and she took off in the car, she's like, I don't owe you anything. And Erica said, well, I don't owe you anything either. Like, the truth is, like, I was here for you. And then that's when Eric was like, I'm just saying everything else these other mother effers wouldn't say. And she points to everyone at the table. And then did you see, like, the look on Rachel's face and Jennifer Tilly, even Kathy? Kathy's just like, Kathy's like cowering down. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Sutton
there's
did say, though, I'm not super concerned about Dorit's behavior. I'm just calling it divorce behavior. I thought that was
right.
actually quite nice of Sutton
Yes,
to
it
say,
was.
because
It
they
was
haven't
nice.
always been the best of friends, those two.
It was nice for her to say. I'll tell
Mhm.
you what, though, there's nothing like on fire Erica.
She
There's
was on fire.
nothing. There's nothing like it. And I was like, Dorit, you are just so out of your league. Like the whole fact that you can throw like the C word out and it lands like super soft is just the prime example of the inadequacy of this conversation, because
My
you
gosh,
should
so
not
true.
be you should not be having any conversation with Erika when she's jacked up. You should just disengage and cry and move on. Do whatever you got to do. No.
Erika ate her up in that
I
conversation.
love it.
And it all stemmed from Dorit saying, "Oh, you're going through something? What are you going through?"
What, is she out of her mind?
I mean, that's
horrible.
really what set her off. That's really what set her off.
As it should.
I was like,
As it
yes.
should. Everybody was like, you heard the record, like, what?
Kyle's like, it's all over the news. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Dorit saying, well, you haven't called me and told me. First of all, yeah, like Kyle said, it is all over the news. And second of all, I would imagine Dorit is that person that if you do call them and you
She's
do
just talking
start
about
talking
herself.
about yourself, very quickly she pulls a 180 and it's all about her. And that's what you're talking about for the rest of the conversation.
Right. So it's like your friend is really down and out and overwhelmed because they're going through a divorce.
She has
She's not the kind of
trustees
person.
doing her.
Right. She's not the kind of person that you're going to call up and be like, hey, got a hot new boyfriend. His name is Todd. And no.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. So
No,
it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. And especially considering we now know what Erika went through about the assaults that happened earlier where she had to call the police.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you don't know what she's going through. We didn't know about that because that wasn't on the news. But you did know about that. You did know about that.
Right.
Come
Which
on.
is a big deal.
Right. The other stuff aside, she just had that experience for crying out
Exactly.
loud. So really,
Exactly.
how could you say to her you're going through a lot? That alone.
Right. I know. But I love when Erika
she just doesn't see past herself.
She doesn't. She is the most self-centered person I think I've ever seen. Well, no. Tamara's right up there with her.
For sure. By the way, have you heard, I don't listen to 2Ts anymore, but when you're scrolling through Instagram, you see clips like Teddy and Tamara should not recap this show. They are so blindly one-sided. It's ridiculous.
I
haven't
watched
it's just one show. Just don't recap
it.
You sound ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
It's a little too close,
It's way too close.
Too close
to
have
I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
I loved when Erika said, I'm the one who brought that word to this group. I mean, that's
as she did. She
so
had the necklace,
true.
remember?
The necklace. I so remember. And only she could wear that necklace, too. Nobody else could wear that necklace. Nobody else could.
I love when Rachel was like, "Ooh, I saved that word for special occasions."
Exactly. I love
so
that
funny.
too.
I don't use that word. I never use that word. To me, that
I
word
don't either.
is like, and I obviously
It is reserved.
have a potty mouth, but
yeah, it's reserved.
yeah, I don't. I'll even spell it out if I need to use. If it's so bad that I need to use the word, I spell it out.
Yeah.
Well, in my notes, I put see you next
reserved.
Tuesday. I couldn't even, I just put see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't use that word. And I don't use, well, sometimes.
Amanda in her confessional said, that's the word that we don't use in Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Okay. And then Jennifer says it's actually a very popular word in England. It doesn't have the same impact as it does here.
Yes.
Although Erika could be very fond of using it. I mean,
it's part of
Erika's
her. What did she say?
vernacular. It is. It's who she is. It is.
She
it
used
is.
a different word. I thought I put it in my note.
But you see, but you can just see the difference.
Said about it.
The difference between when Erika says that word and when Dorit says that word. It's a totally different. It lands totally different.
Yeah.
One slices and one just like falls apart.
Yeah. And then Erika calls her a pussycat. What are you, a pussycat? I was like,
yeah.
She's like, I am me. I was like, oh, okay. she just again sliced her down again.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. So at this point, when Dorit gets up, I'm like, she's definitely going to smoke because, listen, I can go 2 weeks without having a cigarette. One thing stresses me out. I go buy a pack or I go to Wendy's house and get one from her husband. When you're stressed, you want to, and you're a smoker, that's the first thing you think
that's
of.
when you
so
want
at
a
this
cigarette,
point, Dorit probably could not have gotten up from that table quick enough.
Quick enough, yes.
I know she leaves situations a lot, and now it's just clicking with me. Like she's leaving to go smoke because she's stressed and can't handle it.
Right.
And
Not
I
even
thought
if you can't handle it, just the stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that they sent Kathy after her.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I thought that was interesting how Kathy was the only one who was gonna take the hit for the team.
Yeah, but you know what they're saying on social media?
What are they
I've seen a
saying?
lot of posts that Dorit does know a lot of shit about Kyle, and Kathy went up to make sure
Oh.
she doesn't
Oh,
spill
so
any beans.
now see, now that makes sense because, just before, like I said, I don't see where financially it really makes sense for Dorit to keep up this beef with Kyle and act like she has the upper hand because it's just not a smart move
No,
financially.
you're right. Kyle's part of production, so you're
But
absolutely right.
that's but you're right, then that may if that is the case, then that makes much more sense to me.
Yeah. I didn't think of it admittedly, but I seen a couple of posts on social media where
Mhm.
I was
I
like,
mean, it
"Could
is an
check out."
interesting point. It is an interesting point. I thought that the reason Kathy went is because she was the elder of the group, right? And the most kind of level-headed and, most well-respected of this group.
Yeah,
Like, no one's yelling at Kathy Hilton. Like,
right.
who's
But
yelling at Kathy
Dorit
Hilton?
Dorit, again, was just so far into her own head that she
Mhm.
Yes.
had no
Yeah.
comprehension of anything Kathy was trying to say and just couldn't walk away and smoke her cigarette fast enough.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this though, Kathy looked absolutely lovely at that dinner.
Yeah,
Her
she did.
outfit, everything, she looked very beautiful, and we would not have gotten to see that had she not
If she
gotten up
didn't
to
get up.
follow Dorit. She
That
looked
is
very
very
Agreed.
pretty,
true.
her whole
Sh
outfit, everything,
Yeah, she
and
did.
I was like, "Oh," she was just sitting at the table. It
It
was
was
like,
hard to tell.
you know,
Yeah.
she just looked like it, but she looked very pretty.
Well, then Tilly, after Kathy got up, said, "Well, if Kathy doesn't get her, we're all gonna be squished in 2 cars." And Bose is like, "Jennifer."
Wait, how about when Rachel goes, "I know it's not the time, but Erika looks hot as fuck," and Bose goes, "I know, just let her. I
I
know, just
liked
let her."
I liked too how, Kyle was all pissed off and, like, just all jacked up, and she took this big steak that was in front of her and, like,
My
moved
God,
it, and
yes.
Jennifer Tilly
Yeah.
was like, "Well, it was really good.
What did she
It's a good
call it?
steak."
She called it
Like
something.
a
She
Fred
called this
Flintstone steak or something.
That's it, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Fred Flintstone. Get this
And
Fred
Jennifer was
Flintstone
like
steak.
Yeah, see, this is
Jennifer was
what I
probably like,
mean, like
I'll take it, it was really good. Pass it the
yeah,
other."
I just feel like, even that, Kyle doing that, like, you're that jacked up? Like, it
Right,
just
right,
became about Erika and Dorit. So, like, at this point, you can kinda sit back and be like, "Okay, I said my piece. I got my
right,
thoughts out.
right,
Erika's doing a great job down there." Like,
right.
but she's got like, I just feel like Kyle is jacked up about something, and I really don't necessarily think it's about Dorit.
Well, listen,
I think
Kyle
that's
has
how it's presenting itself.
right. But look, we all know because she's let us know she has a lot to deal with. And like I've said before, I don't think that Kyle is necessarily jealous of Dorit in any way. But I think that now, as her relationship goes on and all these things happen with Mo, she's not really acting angry at him. She's not
Right.
acting like she's not going to take anybody's bullshit anymore. Like she's not doing this whole new woman thing that Dorit's doing.
You're
So
right.
I think there's this little part of her, like I think she's just aggravated at her whole situation. I think
Her
the
own
whole,
situation. I think she
yeah.
just wants to be back with Mo, and Mo clearly does not want
And
that.
she
Mo's
knows it's
very
not going to,
happy with the situation the way it is.
right. She knows it's not going to necessarily happen. And like I've said before, I think there's financial things there that makes it at this point easier for them to stay married from a
Yes.
financial standpoint than to not. And I think it's kind of irking her. It's getting to her.
But it's also by them doing that, it also might be giving her some false hope that they're not getting divorced because there's a glimmer of hope they might
Yeah,
reconcile.
who knows?
Even though I'm sure she's well aware that financially it's better for them, but it still might be giving her some false hope. Yeah. Listen, I feel bad for Kyle because I really do think that she's in love with Mo and wants nothing more than to be with him. And he's on to something else.
Yeah, I agree. And then
Or maybe it's just a whole
seeing
combo.
yeah, it is. Then seeing Erica sitting at the table and she starts crying, and Kyle gets up and goes over there and hugs her, and she could tell as Erica is so strong on the outside, but she's really not. Like, that's just Erica Jane was out for a minute, and then she wasn't. you could
I
see the
told you
real
when
Erika
Lisa
Jane.
Rinna said in her book that one of the housewives came to her and said, "I can't do this anymore." I'm telling you, I strongly believe it was Erika.
Erica.
I
I know
think
you
with
said
the
that.
whole lawsuit and Tom going to the nursing home and then jail, and she was probably like, "F all this."
Mhm.
And but I don't know.
I
But
still think it's Dorit.
I don't understand. No way. There's no way Dorit can go without this paycheck. She's probably the
I
only
know
one
there's no
bringing
way she can go
money
without
in.
this paycheck, but I don't think she's as strong as Erika. I think Erika can get through this because she's gotten through
Right,
worse.
but I think Erica had a weak moment. But how could Dorit not see that Erica was coming from a good place with this conversation? I mean, yes, it went left and, she got angry, but she's very clearly upset. And I don't see how you could read it any other way than Erica's coming from a good place. Like the whole thing with Dorit and Kyle, like I think I think it's so far gone right now that they just need to, but I just don't think that
Well,
I
I
find it
guess
odd that Dorit doesn't see that Erica's not coming from a good place.
because I think that Dorit's in a place where she's not seeing nothing but herself.
Yeah.
I
I think
agree.
that like I said, I think that she has let a lot of stuff slide in the past. I think she covered up a lot of stuff for PK. I think she did a lot as a single mom because he wasn't around, and there was probably as much as she says she doesn't know how much money they have. I'm sure she knew that it was not all sunshine and roses, but you had to pretend it was sunshine and roses all the time because it's your job, and it's just becomes a whole thing, and I think now she's just got the big FU finger up, and she's not seeing or listening to anybody, which is unfortunate.
Well, even when Kathy goes to talk to her, she's not letting Kathy
No,
talk.
nothing.
She's
There's
talking
No,
over Kathy.
no, she's not
no.
seeing, hearing anything. Nope.
And even in her confessional, she said in her confessional, Dorit, so this was after the fact, probably several months after the fact. She said, Kyle's entire mission was to get the whole entire group to turn against me, to somehow make herself feel better. I don't really think that that's what Kyle's mission was. Like, I mean,
Mm-mm.
really? Is that really what you
No,
think? Like,
no.
it wasn't. That's not the case. And that's really what she feels because I still think they're not talking even after the reunion. I don't think they
Right, right.
solved it.
Yeah, no,
I don't think they
her or
solved
Erica
it.
either.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Yeah.
She and
Yeah.
Erica aren't
No.
speaking yet
Nope.
either?
No,
Nope.
no,
No,
Well,
I did
that's
see that.
not good, Dorit, because
No.
no.
you're on the outs with the two other longest standing housewives on the show. The
That's what
rest of
I'm
them
Yeah,
haven't
saying.
been on that long.
right. I
That's
That's
not
what I'm
know.
smart
saying.
at all. I don't think she
No, it's
has
not
the fan
smart at
base.
all. No,
No,
to
she
keep
doesn't
it.
have
No,
the fan base to
that's why I'm
sustain her
saying to me,
position.
it's very odd for her to be taking that stance, whether it's true or not, whether that's how she really feels, whether that's really the way it is, because that's your job. That's
Yeah.
your job. You're not on a ton of bricks over there. You're on a shaky foundations. That's why it just doesn't. I don't know. I'm not getting it
No,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
get it either. But
because at the
4
end of the
days
day,
later,
it is a job. It's a
that's
job.
it. 4 days later, they're back in Beverly Hills. We see Dorit's book cover shoot. I love that
That
second
first
outfit she
look
put
was
on.
horrible. Yeah, the
It
second
was
outfit was much
horrible.
better.
Horrible. I
The first
agree.
one was terrible.
I
Yes.
thought so too. Yeah.
No, the all black was very
Yes.
chic, as Dorit would say.
Oh, that is a Dorit word. I like that Bose and Rachel came to support her. And of course, they've got to talk about the whole Italy thing, which I'm so over it, to be honest with you. I don't even want to talk
I
about it
know.
anymore.
How many episodes was that trip? Too many. Like 3, right?
I think it might have been 4 because this was
Oh,
half an episode. I think it was 3.5, maybe.
yeah, too long.
Enough.
Too many.
Too long.
So Rachel announces on a lighter note she hates her birthday, but she has a party every year to celebrate the end of the summer and the beginning of the new year. And she'll see these people in 6 months. It just happens to fall when her birthday is. Okay.
So I got the sense that she has a party in the summer and then she must have a New Year's Eve party too. That's how I took it. She hosts 2 parties a year. Maybe I'm wrong though. We'll have to see if she has a New Year's Eve party.
I think what she was saying is because she's normally in the Hamptons in the summer. So she says goodbye to the people at the end of the summer, and I'll see you in 6 months when she comes back to the Hamptons. It's the
Okay.
end of the summer in the Hamptons because that's where she said she normally spends her summers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Which, listen, I'm here for a party. We don't need to, whatever the reason is, let's just have it, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's in the Hamptons.
Yeah. And if we can wear caftans and jewelry.
That's right.
Yeah.
We should go
So the
caftan
next,
shopping.
I can't go with you for that. I'm sorry. I would get like swallowed up in a caftan. It'd be just like my head's sticking out. Too
I don't
little.
think so.
You
little.
are. She's
Too little.
little. She's
Just
petite.
too little.
No, we could get you on. You look good.
We see Rachel walking down the street with her son Sky. I love her kids. I really do.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess he's doing some back to school shopping and he's going to be working at that store,
Gonna get a
Magoo's
job.
in LA.
Goose. Yeah.
Looks like a cute store.
Mm-hmm.
And she's talking to Jacob a little bit about, no, to Sky a little bit about, how things are with his dad. And he's very, kind of one word answers. And listen, as a mom of 3 boys, I totally get this. You're not
Mhm.
getting any information they don't want to give you.
And you have to be very careful if you ask one too many questions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you cross that threshold
And you're
where you've
annoying.
asked one question too much,
You're annoying, and we're not talking to you, and we're slamming the
game
door.
over.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Game over.
exactly. Yep. Especially if you say something they don't like, then you're really annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like stepping on a grenade.
So Sky's going to be 15 and Rachel started working when she was 15. I could so relate to this. She got her first job working at the 9 West store in the Short Hills Mall. I
Which is
worked at the Short
probably
Hills
the
Mall.
nicest mall. Well, not now that they have that big one with a friggin' ski
But
slope.
back in the day, that was the nicest.
No,
Back in
that
the
was the
day,
nicest
Short
mall.
Hills Mall was the nicest
Yeah,
mall in
yeah.
New Jersey.
That was
for
the
sure.
bougie
So-
mall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote down I worked at the Short Hills Mall also, but I was 23. And she said that she was the number 1 salesperson, and I was the assistant manager at Banana Republic, and I had the highest UPT, which stands for units per transaction. So to any of my retailers out there, you know that I was always doing those upselling and those add-ons. You need the socks with the belts and the shirt, and then let's get another outfit on there. So I could so relate to that. Working in retail when you're young is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see Bose and her daughter and Keely and their realtor, and she's looking at houses.
That house did not look like anything that I would see Bose living in at all.
No.
Too contemporary,
Like
too
it was not. Yeah, it
institutional.
was not her. It was. I didn't think it was her at all. So the whole time they were looking, I was like, oh, this is like not her.
No, I did. Yeah, no, 5.75 million. No, thank you. Then we see Rachel's getting ready for her party. It's a Studio 54 theme. She said in her head she lives
Love
there.
I love it.
I
Yeah.
know. I did too. I love the theme. I loved her outfit specifically too. Not that I could ever pull it off,
Absolutely.
but hers was
Yeah.
perfect.
Very nice.
Picked.
They all really look great. One person, was it Amanda? Somebody, I was like,
I didn't dig him. I did
mark.
not. Yeah, I didn't dig Amanda's.
Was it?
Something
was
I mean,
she
she's so
wearing?
damn young. She's like, what the hell is Studio 54?
Yeah, she
I
only
forget. I have to
She
look
was
at the
wearing like
pictures.
tall, sparkly boots and maybe like a short, hot pink dress, but it was like a blousey dress. It was like the dress was. Maybe I'm wrong, but like
Maybe
the
it
dress
wasn't
was.
her. Maybe it was Natalie. Wasn't Natalie just wearing like a plain black
Natalie's
dress?
wasn't good. Yeah, Natalie's
Yeah,
wasn't
Okay,
Natalie's
great.
wasn't
that's
good
who I'm
either.
thinking of.
Natalie's
But
wasn't
listen,
great.
if Amanda had missed the mark, we're gonna give her a pass because
Yeah, she
she's
don't know.
12. She doesn't know what
Yes,
Studio
she's
54.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love that Caius was at the front door with his clipboard and his pen checking off
Yeah,
names.
checking off people. Yeah, he's
So
so cute.
cute.
And then when he saw Erika Jane, he said that her hair reminded him of Dolly Parton. I was like, oh my
Now,
God,
I
love
want to
this
ask you a
kid.
question. Do you think it was really your hair?
Or her boobs. It was probably both.
I never even thought of that. You're right. It was definitely the boobs. But she took it. She was like, I will take
she was
that.
like,
I
yeah,
mean,
absolutely, yeah.
yes.
But it's
Dolly's an
cute. It was
icon.
cute. I was thinking to myself,
I never even
look at
thought of that.
hair.
You're absolutely right.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, your
It's cute.
hair. Meanwhile, he's like, they're right here.
Poor baby. Oh, it's cute though.
Listen, at least they were together again and there was not any big fights or anything. But Dorit again, it was her kid's first day of school and she gets a phone call from the school that, her kids had been homeschooled prior to this and Phoenix
Yeah,
has
it's brutal.
anxiety.
Brutal.
Yeah, Yeah, I
Brutal,
mean, we
brutal.
all know this, right? This is
We've
everyday
all
life.
gotten those calls.
Right.
Not
Like,
not because our kids were homeschooled, but we've all gotten calls like that.
hey, we get calls. If you have kids, your kids have problems
And
when
they're
they're in school.
small.
That's
Yeah, it's brutal.
yeah,
It's a
like
But, I mean,
whole
could
that's
you
what
different
happens.
imagine
thing.
being homeschooled up to this point and then
No, and then
all of a
have
sudden
go to
having to go
school.
to a school? Like, where you're
Now,
sitting in a classroom with,
in this
you know
age?
yeah.
No,
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 that's very daunting.
no.
And I
Our
think it
age?
was Dorit
Understandable.
that wanted them, right? It wasn't it Dorit that wanted them to homeschool and PK wanted them to
Yes.
go to school, right?
Yeah, because she did
Yeah,
it
but I
during
also
COVID and then
think
extended.
it was during COVID, right?
Yes, it was during
Where
COVID, and then it just got
yeah.
extended, where she was just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's good,
Mhm,
they're used to it, we'll just leave it,
mhm.
blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah." But then, you're reintroducing your child to school amongst a divorce. It's not good.
No, there's a lot going on for these kids. I mean, I
There's a
don't
lot
know
going on.
how old Jagger is now, but if he has a phone and he's on social media, he is
Forget
seeing
it,
some shit.
it's just
Yeah. They seem
Yeah,
like
I
really
don't
cute kids, though, nice
yeah,
kids.
they are cute kids. I don't know how many episodes we have left.
I think there's
not
one.
too many,
So
hopefully.
I don't, I heard, who was I listening to? I don't think we're gonna see the wedding.
I don't know if we
Um,
are because we're at episode 16.
but they definitely filmed the wedding because in Lisa Rinna, no, not in her book. I remember
She wouldn't
hearing
sign a
Lisa Rinna.
release. She
She
wouldn't
wouldn't
sign a
sign a
release.
release to be on the show, so they definitely filmed it, but I don't think we're gonna see it, so I think Kathy Hilton has a party, and that's the season finale, so it could be next week, and then we'll have 3 reunions.
Ugh.
When we still have to see Bose get engaged because we didn't see that yet either. So that'll be
That's
next week
right.
then too.
Maybe.
They didn't say the final episode though. I feel like they would have
They
said
didn't.
the season
They
finale.
didn't.
Like we haven't heard that, right?
No.
All right, we're gonna have to wait and see then.
All right.
Okay,
You
so
guys got
until
anything
next
else?
time, I don't have anything.
Mm-mm.
No, just the Kyle and Amanda and West thing is going on. Oh, real quick, did you see that which this isn't surprising at all. Mia from Southern Charm said that West hit her up in the DMs. But, I
But that
mean,
doesn't surprise me.
that doesn't surprise me at all. I was thinking about it when I read that. I'm like, she's, in my personal opinion, probably the most beautiful woman on Bravo right now, Mia.
Now you're saying Mia. It's so funny because first you said Sally. I said Mia last week. You're very flip floppy.
Listen, I told you about Sally. I was very attracted to
I
Sally.
know.
Like, if I
I
was
know
going to
you
go
were.
for a
I
girl,
know you
Sally
were.
would be my type. But her behavior this season has totally turned me off. I got the ick factor, and once I get the ick, we're
That's
not
all
going
over.
back. So now
All
I'm
right, so
on to
she's out.
Mia.
Sally's out.
And Mia's
Sally
in.
is
I
out.
said that.
Mia is in.
Mia is beautiful. She really is. I
So
agree.
it's not surprising that West hit her up. And she's not saying recently,
No.
so I guess
You
that's
know,
not really news. I just thought
it's
it was
come
interesting.
out. Wes was in a long-term relationship with somebody else at the same time. The girl who made the horsehair tie that he wore on Watch What Happens Live the week before.
No way.
Yes. Oh, yes. Did you see that Watch What Happens Live? It was the week before it came out. Andy said to him, "Oh, you've heard the
I
rumors."
saw that clip.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes, I
he
saw the
had on
clip.
this tie. He had on a tie. It was literally horsehair.
Like
It was
a
a horse
bolo
tail.
tie.
It was the tail of a horse. And he was showing that off. And then there's a picture. He shouted out who made it. It was his girlfriend. She came out after this whole thing. He's been
He's a
playing more than
dog.
one person. But
He's
so
a
is
dog.
Amanda. Amanda supposedly did sleep with Ben in Italy, which I said that I thought that happened. Ben, who's on the show
Really?
now. Yes, I told you. You got to watch Summer House. Kelly, I
No,
told
I
you.
think
You're
I
missing.
actually might. But wait a minute, she
I
really?
certainly won't.
No, I think this is the first season I haven't watched, and honestly, I didn't watch it because I can't stand Kyle Cook, but and I don't again, let me just say this. I do not feel bad for Kyle and all his PR stunts, like trying to get sympathy. Stop. And you saying Andy hasn't reached out to you? No, Andy's not going to reach out to you. Andy's got a reunion to do. So you better just buckle up and get ready. Because Andy's going
And
to
there you
figure all
go.
this out
Kelly
before the reunion
Kelly has
comes.
told you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And by
Buckle
the
up,
way,
Kyle.
Kyle's business is now doing better because of this. West lost some brand deals. Amanda lost some brand deals. Sierra's career is skyrocketing. The only one losing in this situation right now is West and Amanda. Kyle's going to be
So
fine.
the cynic in me
Oh, I
is
know what the
telling me
cynic in
that
you. Yep.
there's a small part that this could all be phony baloney made for TV BS to help Loverboy, a dying business. But listen, I'm sorry. You've been doing this for 10 years, Kyle. 10 years and you're still losing money? I mean, what moron
What are you doing?
continues? Right. Is he
What are you
really
doing?
losing money?
Right.
I think so. I mean, Andy said he had no idea on Radio Andy. He had no idea that this was coming. He was totally blindsided. He was shocked by
I
the
believe
statement that
that.
they made, and it will be
I
addressed
mean,
at
they're
the
not gonna call
reunion.
Andy and be like, "Listen, we have this idea," you know? Because I think if they had, well, cameras might it is interesting cameras didn't come back.
Well, I mean, everything's out there. What are the cameras going to pick up? We've got the reunion.
I know.
That's when the cameras are coming back up.
Yeah.
Well, you don't ask
I
me,
will
'cause
get
I just
caught up.
think
I'm
I
gonna
think
get caught up
everybody's a
on this
liar.
season.
Just everybody's a liar.
There you
That's
go,
what I
Lore.
think.
Come
Everybody
to the dark side, Lore. Come
yeah,
to the
everybody's
dark
a
side.
liar. That's all. It's all bullshit.
right.
That's what I think.
Okay.
We better go because I'm getting
All right. So
getting
until next
feisty.
time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.